Hello, hello. Happy Friday. It is another Fandom Friyay here on Here's the Tea TV. I'm your host, Tiara, aka T, the Wine Diva. I love to help you find wines that you are going to love. I love to sing, I love to dance, and I love to drink wine while watching some yaoi, if you know what I mean. And I have my special guest, my special someone joining me this evening. Who are you, boo?
I'm Afro Samurai.
You're Afro Samurai. So yeah, my boyfriend Justin is dressed up as Afro Samurai since it is the final Friday of February, aka Black History Month. And if you haven't seen Afro Samurai, it is definitely high on the list of anime that I would highly recommend that you check out. So today we're going to talk a little bit about my new favorite genre. It's called yaoi or boys love or shonen ai, and it's what I'm really into, as well as going over the term fujoshi and what all of that means. So I hope you're ready for an awesome sauce Friday. I hope you're gearing up for an awesome sauce weekend, and let's get down to business. First things first, I like to start off by talking about what wine we're drinking and letting you know if it's going to be a wine for you or not. So tonight, I am finishing off a bottle of Pinot Grigio. I will say that this particular Pinot Grigio is sold out everywhere, so there's no point in getting you all excited about what brand or whatever it is. But if you are looking for a good Pinot Grigio, I have a whole list of great awesomeness, so you can feel free to reach out to me for some specifics on what Pinot Grigio you should be enjoying. All right, Jay, what do you got today?
I actually didn't look. Tell me if you can tell me what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's a Chenin Blanc because I'm the one that put it in the refrigerator.
So wise. So knowledgeable.
Interesting. So it is a very dry Chenin Blanc. It doesn't have... Like Chenin Blanc is like legit my favorite varietal in terms of white wine, and I love it because it's got like a little bit of a fruit forwardness, and but it's still like pretty crisp and clean. So this is airing on a like Sauvignon Blanc kind of style because it's a lot more crisp and acidic than I was expecting it to be.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan. Maybe I need a third sip because I did have Pinot Grigio in my mouth, so I need to double check. I do say that, like, and when you go wine tasting, you should definitely do 3 sips to just kind of check and refresh and make sure that you are tasting exactly what's in the glass and you're getting the full flavor profile. Yeah, that's more like a Chenin Blanc that I'm expecting. So, totally an example of why you should at least do 3 sips when you taste wine, because you never know what could be like changing up your palate up in there, from food to previous wine to all of the things. All right, so let's get down to business. Oh no, my earring fell out. That's how much business we're up to. So we are going to be talking about what is a Fujoshi. We're talking about my new favorite genre that goes by yaoi, shonenai, boys love, all that good stuff. So, Jay, what is your interpretation of these things? You just like having all your goodies hang out?
Yo, respect.
Wait. Actually, show off your key and all of that jazz while I put my earring back in. Stand up, friend. For those watching rather than listening.
I've got no sword.
You've got no sword, but yes. Yes, hunty.
I feel like the old,
can
like,
you show?
karate
Do you have any moves that you can do?
No, not on camera. I'm just gonna like kick, punch. It's all in the vibe. Parappa the Rapper, chop. Yo, they need to bring Parappa the Rapper back for VR.
Okay. Anyway, sit
sorry.
down.
I'm sorry.
No, you're off topic.
It was too good to pass up. It would be beautiful.
Nope, not about that life. All right. So what? In your terms, in your words, what is... Oh, I'm scared to get your opinion. What is boys love?
I've never really been exposed to that term until you started watching stuff, but I basically assume it to be a romance anime where the main couple are 2 men.
Very, very nice. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done. So yes, it is to expand on this topic and expand on this genre. It is typically a genre in which it is written by or created by women for women with the main characters.
But how do you tell?
How do you tell what?
For women by women.
That it just falls under the yaoi shonen ai boys love category. That's like a part of it. There is now like men's love, which is typically more written by men for men in terms of a romance between men. But yes, the main characters are typically male and are fall in love or in lust or some area of that. I do believe that shonen ai does not have like kissing or something like that. I think there is like a slight differentiation between like PDA or displays of affection and shonen ai versus
Is there physical contact?
Like you know, they might hug or something like that, but you might get like no kissing or something like that. Like you can tell there is like a romantic vibe, but like there's never like a hardcore like they are together moment versus
I feel like, is it just me or is it a requirement that they're awkward about when they touch?
No, that's not an requirement.
Like it always happens. There's always one.
That's breaking it down into like caricatures and what's the word I'm looking for? Tropes.
Mm-hmm.
All that
so
stuff.
You've watched one where they weren't like, oh no,
don't touch me, don't touch me, no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I have. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but they're both like into it. But for the most part, I think it's just a trope that kind of like gets the girls excited, I guess, of like, you know, one person is like steady pursuing and the other is like trying to figure out how they feel and not knowing what to do. And they're like, there's like, essentially there is like a top versus bottom, if you will. I believe it's like the UK and the oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget what the other term is for it. But there are different terms for like the characters, but basically there is like I don't want to say aggressor because that's a harsh word, but like the pursuer versus the being chased kind of a thing. Hi Don, how are you? So yes, so this is like my new favorite thing. I'm really into watching what is called yaoi. So if you have an interest in trying to figure out, like, get a little bit of into this genre and kind of figuring out if it's a genre for you, if it's something that you like, one, I would highly recommend that you like anime and you like shoujo style of anime, which shoujo is basically an anime that is, you know, romance, typically written for women. It doesn't necessarily have to be written by women, but it's geared towards a female audience is mainly what that is. And then yaoi just kind of falls underneath that category and kind of takes it a step further and what is the word I'm looking for? Saying exactly who is getting together and all of that good stuff. Did you have something to say, Bae?
No, I was gonna ask to explain shoujo, but I say the one thing that colored my perception is the way I came into yaoi, or at least became aware of it, was always fan fiction type stuff.
Fan fiction?
Yeah, like Inuyasha.
Elaborate.
For example, if Inuyasha, him and his brother, like being together,
that's
or
a thing.
pictured together, or cuddling or whatever.
So you didn't think that there was an actual content created specifically for that genre? You thought it was all fans?
I thought people create that content, but I thought that's not where it originated. You know?
Okay.
I think it's like enough fan fictions, and so it's like, I'm just gonna create my own, and that's where I think it came from.
Is that where you think it came from? I don't know. I feel like it came about from its own. I feel like a lot of things come about from, you know, people being creative and they're like, I like this kind of story. I like this kind of plot line. I'm not seeing a lot of it in like general media, so I'm going to create it myself. I don't necessarily think that like someone went from reading fan fiction to being like, I'm going to write fiction. But I haven't done the research to say where exactly it came from.
All right, so for you, you went shoujo into yaoi to boys love.
Yaoi and boys love are the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So why do you like each one?
Why do I like each one?
Mm-hmm. So what got you on shoujo, and then why'd you decide yaoi was the spot?
Well, to start, like what got me into anime in general was a shoujo anime. You mentioned Inuyasha.
Is it shoujo?
Yes.
I hear it's just Dragon Ball Z for girls.
Which is shoujo.
Is it though?
I mean, that's what guys call Inuyasha, and I think Inuyasha is a great place to start for anyone that's looking for like kind of like a little bit of action, but a love story in there, because the main character is a woman, where like, you know, I didn't really watch a whole lot of DBZ, to be wholly honest, so I can't say that like I agree with that statement, but I do know that it's, you know, a bunch of friends traveling together to fight big bads or whatever, and you know, they all have a common goal, right? Is basically what DBZ is. So Inuyasha is like kind of the same thing. So it is a group of friends with a common goal to defeat a big bad. However, the main character is female, and she kind of has a thing for Inuyasha. And Inuyasha kind of has a thing for her. But he has a dead love who has been reincarnated, so he hasn't been able to decide what his feelings are. And so it's just this whole like overarching thing of like Kagome and Inuyasha.
You left out the part where Kagome is exactly like his old love.
Okay, so the other part is that Kagome is believed to be a reincarnation of Kikyo.
I'm trying to think of the proper phrase. Never mind. His first boo.
His first love.
His first crush. That's
his first love. He loved her. He was going to become human for her. Yeah, but anyways, before spoiler alerts. So yes. So I feel like that was on Cartoon Network, and that was like the original anime that got me into it. But without knowing at the time it's shoujo, it was written with the idea of like getting, I think, with girls in mind, as in terms of like who the fan base is. I do think that guys would like it because there is a lot of action. So it's one of those anime that I think kind of goes back and forth. However, with it being a female character as the main character and the love being a lot more present, I think it was mostly intended for a feminine audience. So there that's what it is.
I've got questions, but I'm gonna let you
ask your questions.
Sure. All right. So you went shoujo into yaoi or boys love. I can't do it like him. Dang it.
Okay, so if you're wondering what we're doing, there's totally an awesome YouTuber called Chris P. Nats. And he, shout out to him if he ever hears this this show, where we talk about anime and all of the fandom things that we enjoy while we drink wine. If he ever watches this or finds this out, yeah, this is kind of who I've been kind of watching lately to kind of get an inspiration on what I should watch next, as well as learning some of the terms. He has a whole like segment on like random words that you would hear in anime itself, as well as like people talking about it and his description of what those words mean. And so it's really fun. He has like, he's sassy, he's got like such a great personality, and his like vocalisms are like, I'm just making up words, right? His vocalizations are so awesome. So when he says boys love, he does say boys love, and like has like a weird, I don't know, like just like a rolling of R, like it's like a lot of things.
Intense pronunciation.
It's just so good. And so this is our failed attempt at trying to sound like him. But anyways,
back to it. So I was saying, like, yeah, you went from shoujo to boys love, but I feel like there is a middle step between that.
Not really. It was more of I was looking for it. I really fell into like yaoi boys love. I had like no idea what I was doing. So I like was legitimately just like seeing for another. I went from shoujo to, I would say shoujo to reverse harem.
There we go.
To yaoi. Yep. So reverse harem meaning so there's harem anime where it is a male character, and it's like, to me, it's like super fan service. If you don't know what fan service is, it is, you know, like a lot of cleavage, a lot of skin being shown, a lot of Jay's trying to be fan service over here. Hide your kids, hide your wives, all that good stuff. So like, just basically a lot of eye candy for the audience. And so with a traditional harem anime, it's usually a male leading character, and all of these women end up, and men sometimes, there's usually like 5 women, or I'm making up numbers, but like 3 to 4 women and like 1 guy, like non-binary kind of character that like all are into and trying to like lure or seduce this main character. And the main character is usually a little bit like running away, maybe a little bit into it, maybe a little bit confused, all of the feelings. And so that's a thing. And then and I feel like that can be geared towards men or women depending on like the whole theme of it and how like fan servicey it gets.
So I was gonna say the one that got me, so like I got subtly as a kid, like Inuyasha, maybe shoujo. We'll give it shoujo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe shonen shoujo hybrid.
What's shonen then?
I basically think it's like young adult male oriented action type anime.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the general I put it in. So like for all the guys, you're like, oh, you see cool things. You got these strong guys, or like these different guys that look cool and they look edgy, and you always are like a little more interested in it. But the one that got me was Tenchi Muyo. You ever watch that?
No.
It was like the only harem anime. I think, yeah, the only harem anime on Cartoon Network. It was full harem, and like you don't really know. Dude just keeps amassing 3 to 4 to 5 girls, and they're all just so into him, and you're just like watching to see what's gonna happen because you don't really know. Like, oh, but he's got like this secret bloodline, and they all want a little piece of him for their own reason. And then I realized, as I grew up and watched other anime, I'm like, oh, this is just it's basically fan service. Like you get to put yourself in that guy's position,
mm-hmm.
and all these girls want you.
Yeah,
that's basically
right.
It's like a mental fan
service. All right, rewinding, I was just thinking, so Inuyasha, the title character is Inuyasha, right? But I feel like the story followed more of Kagome than
100% Kagome
than Inuyasha. I feel like Inuyasha is like the name of the show just to get everybody involved, but like it's really Kagome. It's really exactly. Just bring the bottle of wine over here. Why are you getting up? We're having a conversation. Anyways, so going back into the timeline of things. So we have started with Inuyasha, shoujo, and just liking anything like girly, romancy, whatever. And then I discovered reverse harem with I think I started with like Yona the Dawn, who, and I don't think that was my first one. I know my friend Jenny recommended it, which is a baller one because the girl, like, she does start off kind of like she can't do anything for herself, but like she eventually like becomes a strong character. And I feel like a lot of reverse harem usually has a character. The female character is usually pretty ditzy, doesn't quite get it, and like needs guys to swoop in and save her, which drives me insane. But I still love the idea of like, kind of like what you said, Jay, where like, you get to put yourself in this situation where like all these guys are in love with you. And that's the same kind of thing for reverse harem. It's a female with a bunch of guys, and sometimes like a woman or non-binary type of character hopping in and being like, I like you and I want to be with you. And
so finishing my point, or where I was going with all this. So how did that translate into your likes and interests into yaoi?
Well, I mean,
from the harem,
like I said, I didn't know that I was going to be watching on the yaoi until I was watching a yaoi. But like, it's kind of funny because one of the reverse harem animes that I really enjoy is called Kiss Him Not Me, and it's about a girl who is a Fujoshi, which is one of the things I was going to talk about. So it's no time like the present to describe what a Fujoshi is. So Fujoshi is someone who is a female who is into watching yaoi, shonenai, boys love, and
about men.
That is called a fudanshi.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are two different words for it, but on the same realm of things. And so she herself is an otaku, is a Fujoshi, and I feel like the first time watching it, I didn't understand Fujoshi. It didn't click into my brain space. Like I was like more obsessed with the word otaku, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm an otaku, and and I was like taking on that persona or taking on that name and calling myself like a self-proclaimed otaku, and then
aka basically anime nerd.
Yeah, anime nerd. I wouldn't call myself full-on anime nerd because I would totally lose in an anime quiz off thing. But
you're converted enough to watch subtitles, so you're like
I'm getting there. I'm working my way
like
up there.
Hurdle from like 50 to 60 range to like majority 80 to 90% there.
Yeah. So, anyways, and in this timeline space, so like I had watched that a while ago and I just rewatched it just because I just wanted something random to watch without having to read subtitles for a little bit. But I was on a mission to find a anime that I would like enjoy, just to chillax and relax and kick back. And I think I was just scrolling through Funimation, and this was something that was like popped up and was recommended. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I clicked on it, and lo and behold, it is apparently the mother, I don't know, the greatest of the yaoi, classic, all of the things. What the Titanic, the Martin Scorsese's Titanic, yaoi. Wow. I don't know. I have to like
clip that and just sign that.
Sign it. Name. No, I'm
you
sure.
Watch the Martin Scorsese's Titanic yaoi anime. I just need to know if you're a true fan.
Are you a true fan? And it is Jonjo Romantica is what it's called. And there are 3 seasons, 3 series or whatever. And it's really cool because it's basically, it follows this couple. It follows 3 different couples, but there's like one overarching couple, and that is Misaki, who is this like young Skidayo. Like super young kid. Well, not young kid. He's like 17, 18 at the beginning of the series. And he has an older brother who has like taken care of him his whole life, and like tragedies and things like that, which you have to just watch the anime to figure all that out. But his older brother has a really, really good friend who this friend has been in love with the older brother for quite some time, but the older brother is now getting married. And the friend is now like kind of heartbroken about it, and sort of like crazy series of events. Misaki does some nice things for the older brother, or not the older brother, but the friend, and the friend has switched his love interest basically. And now it's like, Misaki and this friend are like formulating their romantic relationship.
Their Junjo romantic relationship?
Their Junjo romantica. And which actually is pure romance is what it translates to. Yeah. You're funny. Shout out to Pure Romance, the direct selling company, if you are not familiar with their fun toys and accessories and all of that good stuff. This is not a sponsored podcast, live podcast, broadcast, all of those things. Production. But anyways, so actually, this is a cool time since you brought it up. Run and grab the envelope that is sitting on the table. But yes, so I was like, this is awesome. And I like sped through the first season. I sped through the second season, third season. I loved all of the story. There's actually a whole nother anime. And it's in Japanese is the title, so I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how to say it. So
that's those final hurdles.
Yeah, that's
once you know all the characters' Japanese names and the Japanese name of the anime.
That's where I'm working towards. So that one is based off of like they're like ancillary characters, and like it's like kind of like a spin-off of the original Junjo Romantica. And so I watched that too, and I binged all of the things, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I'm like, this is like, I think I'm really into this kind of thing. And next thing you know, for 4 weeks later or a month later, I've probably devoured every yaoi shonen ai that's on Funimation and Crunchyroll, and now Amazon Prime at this point.
So after all this, Fujoshi,
I have become a full Fujoshi.
Shoujo, harem, reverse harem, yaoi, boys love, chondo romantica. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's entertaining.
Oh yeah? More entertaining than other anime you watch? Or is
I don't know.
Some level of seduction, some mystique, something that satisfies you as somebody catches their prey that they've been hunting? Because they're always a hunter.
There is. But I don't know. I haven't delved that much into it. It's just what entertains me in that moment. And in this moment, it's yaoi. I love it. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. And I want some more of it. Which has also led me to reading manga because there's so not enough animated stuff out there.
From 70% to 90%.
There you go. And which I'm thinking if it's something that you're interested in. So next month, you, me, the world.
Okay.
Next month is March. And I like alliteration. Manga March. I don't know. I haven't read enough to really be about it. But I do. One of the things I have noticed with manga versus the animated series and all that good stuff is because there's more story. Just watching a movie versus reading the book kind of a thing. It's a thing. And a lot of shoujo are only 12, 13 episodes in one season a lot of times, but there's the manga that oh wait, guess what? All those questions and you thought the story was over. Guess what? It's not. There's more to the story that's already been written. They just haven't animated it yet. And I was like, what? So now I'm on a mission to find all of the anime that I've loved to see if there's actually more to the story. In manga form. So that's fun. But anyways, I wanted to...
I got it.
Okay.
Manga March memoirs. And you just give a summary of what love story happened that week. Each week in March. In your manga. Okay. Not too much.
That's a lot.
Is it?
Why is it a memoir? All I'm thinking is memoirs of the geisha.
I was thinking how to make a post short. And I feel like if it's informative,
I think it's just manga March if we do it. But I was thinking 1 week talk about manga, 1 week talk about musicals because the Diva hasn't come out a lot lately, and especially not on a Fandom Friday. So 1 week talk about manga, next week talk about a musical, and flip it, switch it, script it. It's cool. All right. Anyway, since we talked about Junjo Romantica and the fact that it means pure romance, I haven't given my friend a shout out, and I told her I totally would shout her out on Friday. And so here's my shout out for my girl Michelle. We did a what do you call it? She had a photo contest for couples, and Jay and I won because hashtag relationship goals to the world, to the nerds, the world, the winos, all of that good stuff. And so she sent us this fun little, it looks like get close, get creative, get crazy deck of cards for date night. So and it's from Pure Romance. There you go. So there's your little shout out, friend. And thank you for that. Justin, did you have anything else that you wanted to question, share, talk about in the terms of yaoi?
So is this a yaoi Friday, shoujo Friday, or just?
It's yaoi. Can you not yaoi. Read you did? Were you not listening to my whole intro?
Hey. Talked about a lot of things. I don't know why you don't want to go shoujo, but I'm just.
We talked about shoujo last week.
I'm just trying to make sure I know. So
you're cut off. No more wine for you, Justin. I just did. I did. You get more tomorrow for open the bottle night.
But
5.
Who's your favorite couple?
4, 3, 2, 1. I don't do favorites.
Really?
I don't have favorite wine. When people ask me what my favorite, there is.
Who's your favorite boyfriend?
My favorite boyfriend? That's a good question.
All right, you're cut off.
Ha ha. He set himself up for that one. Like, as if I wasn't going to say him. You're my only boyfriend. Duh.
That's how you game the system.
Mm-hmm. For now.
Mm.
Haha. All right. Thank you so much for watching, listening, participating, and all of the fun Fujoshi Fandom Friyay madness. I hope you're having an awesome sauce weekend, whenever you are watching this, listening to this, and taking all of this. If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know in the comments. If you want to talk about something else, please let me know as well. I love your feedback. I feel like that's a song somewhere. Feedback. Is that J-Lo? I don't remember.
I think it might be
Janet?
Mm-hmm.
One of the J's. Sorry, guys. Love you. Okay, thanks. Bye. But yeah, so definitely tune in next week for Fandom Friyay. Every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And I go live every day of the week, 6 p.m. Pacific, to talk about wine, to talk about fun things, to help you live your best life, my friends. So thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for watching. Share if you care. Love you lots. Mwah.